Hello, everybody. All right, Patrick is about to join. Everybody can hear me? Yes, no, I hope so. Someone can in the chat just confirm that I'm good to go. All right, getting ready to go. All right, there's Scott. There's Joanna. Thank you. Thank you. Cheer up a little bit. Here we go. Patrick's ready. Let's add him to the stream. Hey, Patrick.
Hey guys.
Hey, I see you're on your older camera.
Yeah, I had to because I could. It says StreamYard will not work with my current what it says. Your browser doesn't support StreamYard technology, so I have to download a new browser on this new device for my new setup that I just got.
Okay.
You know how it is. We're all putting together new pieces of tech every day to make everything better for the end user. You know.
Hey Joanna, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. I see Scott was in there. That's good. That's good. I think people are just going to be trickling in. So yeah, I'm mostly squared up.
I can't see anything in the comments. There it is. Got it. Wow. Okay. There we go.
There. Now I'm square. Okay. So yeah, it's been a interesting week with crypto. I guess the first thing that we could talk about while people filter in is that T drop came out yesterday for Theta. So that's been the big news. Hopefully everybody's picking up on that and gathering up their T drop, checking their wallets and staking them because the APY on the T drop is pretty high right now. I think it was like 500% or something when I last looked.
Man, it was like up to 1,000% yesterday. It was so cool. But yeah, it was it's coming down a little bit as the price levels out.
Yeah, just so people understand how that works is that they have rewards that come out at a certain amount of time, and it's based on how many people are staking. So not many people are staking early, they get a ton of rewards. It's kind of like when Bitcoin first started and Satoshi was the only one mining, he got all the rewards. So, but as more and more people get involved, it gets more and more spread out across the team. So,
like yesterday, if I'm correct, my buddy Daniel, who you guys probably follow on Simple Crypto Consulting, he was like the first person to do it. As soon as he's there, we all were like cheering him on, do it live, go for it. And if there's something like, just minimal T drop that he staked. And then this morning I look and it's like 1 billion T drop are staked.
Yeah, I noticed. Like, I see Joanna posted a question, but I'll get that in a moment. But actually, I can put stuff up on the screen. I almost forgot about that. I almost forget like the different platforms we're on. So with StreamYard here for our live shows, this was kind of fun. So you can post, you can put up the comments. But risk and rewards, I agree with that for the most part. But there's not much risk to staking T drop. I mean, like when you're staking to a pool, it's not that it's how much rewards are coming every hour. It's just a matter of who's there, and they divide it all up. So as more and more people get into the pool in each hour, the APY will come down. So like when ZIL, and the one I know the best right now off the top of my head is ZIL was intended to be 8%, but it assumed 80% staking. But for the most part, they were about 40% staking. That's why you were getting 15%, because only half as many as they expected were there. So if it's a predefined reward system, then you just get stuff for free and just kind of trickles over. So let's see, we have like Theta respecting Reggie's patent. Well, I did see that Reggie just tweeted out that he's looking to converse with the Theta project. The bottom line is that basically everybody that has a liquidity pool or a swap site is infringing, because that's basically like it's the transfer of value, which is a liquidity pool or a swap, are clear violations or clear infringements of the patent. So therefore, Reggie wants to talk to them, work out a deal. And Reggie's trying to create a win-win situation, believe it or not. He's trying to say, here's the benefit of you working with me on the IP. So that's what he's working on and trying to get everybody to understand. And the first people that strike deals with Reggie are probably going to get the best deals. So, but it is impactful across the board. There's a ton of people that are going to be impacted. But I will also say this for everybody that's concerned. I got to flip my phone over. For everybody who's concerned that it's going to be a major detraction to crypto, it's not, because he's mostly going after the bigger entities, the banks, the look for these central bank digital currency coins. Your not Lehman Brothers, but like Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, all those types of projects are going to be subject to this infringement, and they are like 100 to 1,000 times larger. So he's going to work out deals with crypto. He's not really trying to push crypto in any way, shape, or form. He really wants to get paid for his IP, yes, but it's mostly about like things, the people that have done him wrong, like, but mostly about the bigger projects. So outside of crypto, like regular finance, and Reggie's got a long track record of regular finance. So
at the end of the day, too, most people just it's so hard for them to wrap their head around the fact that these patents were awarded. I mean, it's almost like, nah, you can't have the patents to all of that. And at the end of the day, I just want people to do their own research and read the patents that were awarded. Um, and I do think it's up to each individual project to assess their risk, uh, as they, as they do anytime they're assessing any legal risks that they have. This is just another one, and they're all aware of it. So I believe what's going to happen with that is, as soon as Reggie is able to um, act on the patent infringements or develop partnerships, which is what he sounds like he is more wanting. He doesn't seem like he's highly litigious. He just kind of wants to get this squared away. And I always like to tell people, like, imagine if Apple had got this patent, or Google. Like, it would have wrecked the crypto space. And they just don't like the idea that someone may have an intellectual property patent. Uh, I mean, but it's hard to disagree that he's got it in two huge major markets.
yeah, and I think that your points are well taken. I think that well, I'll get to Theta in a second, but Reggie knows, he's smart. He's a very intelligent guy, and he knows that no one wins in a litigation battle. The fact that he had to square off the SEC, no one won there. So, and he does not want to spend millions of dollars again on a legal battle in any way, shape, or form. So everybody's better off if you just come to an agreement. And I think that the Theta project is a perfect example of someone that they can talk to, because Theta, I believe, has the most patents in all of crypto projects. I think they got 5 or 6. I don't think any other project has more than 3. So they fully understand the idea of intellectual property and the value of patents. So it's a good partnership. In fact, we may talk offline about introducing someone from Theta to Reggie, because we both have inroads there somewhere. So that's
like I said, I like both of the projects equally, as well as Reggie, and I respect him as, I mean, just a real pioneer in the space, and just getting it out there and getting it before some big corporation did was, to me, probably the biggest benefit to the crypto space. Now, just because of this person, I'm okay with that, but I also have friends that I respect at Theta Project, and I respect that their strategy has to be professional in nature, in which they are responding to potential litigation in the future. They're not like stupid. They know that they're going to have to try to either pay or say this is not the right way to go forward, and we disagree with your claims based on X. But either way, there is going to be litigation, because unless that happens, I don't think anyone will see it as credible, or unless someone comes up and pays up and says, we want to not infringe, we just want to do our business and be happy with it and move on. Just similar to another way that you pay your taxes, and it's just another cost of doing business. But those costs get passed down. At the end of the way, though, you gotta take a look at where each project is going to have to come and respect that they're going to defend their product as much as they can. And it may take a couple of times where there are examples made, either by partnerships, which is, I think, Reggie's goal, or litigiously, which is probably what his lawyers are waiting to get billable hours for. Either way, he's fine because he has the patents.
Yeah, and I know that he's looking for. He's trying to get those first couple partnerships. He's trying to talk to Theta. He's trying to talk to Ripple slash XRP, mostly Ripple because they're the real powerhouse behind XRP. And they're prominent in Japan. So he's looking for someone that sees the value in it and just to strike that. So as soon as he's got a couple partnerships, that will add more credibility to the patent, and that will allow him to go further after like the JP Morgans and such. And he's also said on the record that most patent settlements or patent litigation, even if it goes that far, to the average patent lawsuit in Japan is roughly 8 months. I don't know how long it would take in the States, but that's something to consider as well. So he's done his homework. He's got very prominent attorneys that have worked in the patent space. He's got them at his disposal. He doesn't want to obviously litigate, but I think that he knows what he's talking about, and the fact that he has these 2 patents and other patents are pending. There could be the Europe one could come, the world patent could come, and at some points they're going to have to recognize these. Like, it's funny because there's all these other patents in the space. Again, Theta has 4 or 5 or 6, but no one's talking about an infringement yet. But they've got patents, but no one's talking infringement. So people know about protecting their intellectual property because they invest and they do their own research and development. So all they're doing is trying to protect the capital that they've expended their own to develop whatever they developed and reap the rewards from investing that amount of energy. So I fully respect that and understand that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to another question. So Corey Lett asks, did you listen to the Divi Bridge Twitter Spaces yesterday? Unfortunately, I did not. Thoughts on what they spoke on? I don't know much about DeFi, so not sure how their approach stakes up. Patrick, do you know anything about this? Because I don't.
So I can't speak to what happened at the Twitter space yesterday because we were launching CryptoConfidential at the same exact time we had our first launch. So clearly I did not attend the Twitter space, and I haven't seen a recording of it yet. But if you're talking about Divi and their plans to enter the DeFi space, absolutely. I mean, their approach stacks up with probably one of the most high integrity projects I've seen, even in terms of what they're saying out there. It's the same thing they're telling people behind the scenes. It's been the same news all over. Is their goal is to make crypto easy and increase adoption for the community. And DeFi is a huge part of it. So are NFTs. So I don't think it's a big surprise that their approach is to enter the DeFi space, especially once they're on the ERC20 bridge.
Yeah, and that's all coming. That's all on their roadmap. So, yeah, as far as the specifics, if you want to
Great,
ask,
better exposure for the Divi project. I mean, everyone who's now in Ether, regardless of how you feel about Ether, it's definitely a huge space.
yeah, and I actually saw an article like getting back to Divi and exposure. The Liga, the sponsorship really hasn't taken root yet. It's not out there, but it's the entire league, and that's arguably the largest soccer or slash football league in the world. It's comparable to the Premier League. They both are about their number 1, number 2, 1A, 1B, but they have about 1 billion eyeballs. And the fact that La Liga and Divi are partners, that means the entire league is you're going to have visibility of Divi all over the field, all over the sides, at every game, as opposed to, I saw that there were, I think Barcelona is looking at maybe getting Polkadot as a sponsor, but that's one team. Granted, it's the most prominent team, but or maybe Real Madrid, but I think those are the 2 that are the biggest. But just a sponsorship with a team is not the same as a sponsorship across the entire league. The entire league means every game that's played that week has Divi sponsorship, has Divi prominently displayed, as opposed to, like, I'm more familiar with the Premier League. So if you have an Arsenal or a Chelsea game, you would just have Arsenal or Chelsea's sponsors there, but you also have the league sponsors. So sponsoring the entire league is much bigger. It's kind of like when you're like in the US, I would say NASCAR has probably the most sponsorships. So if you have like, used to be Winston, but now it's Xfinity. Xfinity sponsors the entire thing of NASCAR, the entire race circuit, as opposed to just one particular driver.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the day when my uncle introduced me to soccer. And I remember how young I was, and I hated soccer for like 30 years. I mean, it was just so much energy and work that I didn't pay any attention to any soccer at all. But Divi Project has changed my life yet again because now I only watch or have any idea anything about real football because of Divi Project. So, I'm excited to go use my Divi and pay for a ticket and enjoy Madrid and go and take a trip there someday. And I don't know who any of the players are. I don't know anything about it except for it looks extremely exhausting. Even watching it hurts me physically. Like it's so much running that they do. I feel so sad for them. But Divvy on the field, I will watch that screen for like 2 hours or however long a whole match is.
Well, I guess I have a unique perspective because I used to play keeper. My son played keeper. I coached. I played intramural. I played soccer a long time. In
Does
fact, that's how
keeper
I
run
formed him.
very much?
No, as keeper, you don't run very much. It's kind of I
Yeah, that
like
makes
that
sense. Okay.
position.
I would like playing keeper too.
Keeper was I kind of played the positions in sports that didn't run much. I played keeper. I played first base. I was a pitcher. So I
Is
know
keeper
us.
different than the goalie?
Pardon?
Is keeper different than the goalie?
Keeper, keeper or goalie are all the same position or number
Yeah, I
one.
don't know. There's a lot of attention on that guy. I think I'm gonna just enjoy like supporting the entire league through my participation in Divi and helping them get onboarded.
Yeah, I didn't mind being the position of prominence. First base and pitcher are very positions of prominence. They got the ball all the time. I liked it. I didn't mind being like the guy, but that's why leader's part of my name. I'm like and I have got a YouTube channel. I'm used to being somewhat of the center of attention. It's not a big deal to me. So
And I do want to talk to the comment that Corey just said. I hope Divi's approach will be safe. I know they're one of the best security wise, but I've heard a lot of DeFi hacks, so it worries me. I understand your concern, and you really do need to be careful on every project and do your own research on every project. But what I can tell you is I know Josh Caleb personally and Nick Saponaros personally. Like these guys have integrity. These guys are guys who care about privacy, especially Josh Caleb. Privacy and security are really important to him. This is the core tenets of why he really loves the current Divi blockchain core because it's just solid. He'd say it's built as a tank. It's secure. So I guarantee you that Josh Caleb, as long as he's part of Divi project, privacy and security are of the utmost importance to him, and that's why I respect him so much.
yeah, that's important. I think security and integrity are high parts of like I mean, blockchain is truth, and you've got to be you got to you got to be fair with your community. And even if you misstep, not that Divi has, but I'm just saying, but you have to be you're out there. I think Divi's support is one of the best on Telegram, and I think that the team is very strong. So I understand that they're venturing into new areas in DeFi. I know that Nick is working with Charcuterie NFTs. He's a part owner of that. So they're expanding what they're doing and look for NFTs. NFTs are going to be big in the next year. Look for the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks to have a ton of NFT conversations and commercials. And eventually, like NFTs are going to be like, that's going to be your Super Bowl ticket in the future. So before I take the next question, I just wanted to mention one more time that, we have Crypto Confidential at launch yesterday. I don't know what you thought, Patrick, but I was pretty impressed with how the forums rounded out. And for those who don't know, Patrick and I are key contributors over at Crypto Confidential. I have a link normally in my video. I don't think there's one on this one, but on my one earlier today there is. But it's my top 10 picks for the year, how to build an altcoin portfolio. Patrick's doing how to do the how to live the crypto life, and also the 10 commandments. Plus we have tax advice, international advice, and we have forums to talk about whatever you want to talk about, unrestricted in a private forum. So we're building a community. So that was the subject of my video earlier tonight, but it's growing fast. We're very proud of it. We're very happy of how it's rounding out. It's just getting started, but it seems to be growing very quickly, and we are very proud of the product so far. Patrick, what are your first impressions?
I would like to publicly acknowledge that my wife asked me to let everyone know I am no longer #not working. Because I can't say that anymore. So I guess I've officially come out of retirement for something I've found really valuable, and I found a lot of personal growth in it. I really love the community already. So for me, it's it's a whole reason why I guess I'm gonna be changing a little bit of what I do every day, because I think this is something that I can really see this community just growing into something special. So I'm really excited to put my energy and effort into it, and I'm gonna take the time I need to make it the best we can. It was a great group. It was fun.
Yeah, and we talked for over an hour in our first AMA, and we could have kept going probably for another one. I
And there
mean,
were some good hard questions there too. That
yeah,
was fun.
yeah.
We have
I-
some people in our community who are really smart, like just really know what they're talking about. It's fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and like I said, it's only going to keep growing from there. So, and as I was mentioning to other people on the staff, and like with the fact that we've got like this water cooler conversation piece that we could talk about whatever we want that's not allowed on YouTube or other fronts. I've talked a lot about like the fractured communications that we're having. We're trying to create this community all under one roof that you could talk about whatever you want. You could share whatever you like. You could share your pictures of your dog. You can talk about what's going on in Canada. You can talk about what's going on in other countries, whatever you like. And I'm not going to push the envelope too much because of the platform I'm on, but you get what I'm saying. You can talk about whatever you like over there. So, and also the community is full of like-minded people. They're all crypto people, which if you've ever been to a crypto meetup, and if you've never been to a crypto meetup, I really recommend you find one, because then you'll really understand that there are people that think just like you do, and more than likely.
Yeah.
And it just expands from that. And like you have that common ground as soon as you walk into the room. And that's why a lot of people like going to meetups again and again, not just to see Patrick or myself, but also to talk to other people that are like-minded and share the same value system, beliefs, and so on.
Yeah, that's always the funnest part of all the meetups. It's just like hanging out with everyone that's there and just catching up with some of your old friends. It's the best part.
All right. I am going to try and copy this. Not that I know I can. All right. Let me open that up if I can. Of course, StreamYard won't let me copy it. Patrick, talk for a second.
Talk about what? What are you looking at? Are you trying to look at the Super Bowl stuff?
I'm trying to pull that article up, but it's the fact that
Yeah.
StreamYard won't let me
I
copy
mean,
it.
there's no doubt in my mind that there's going to be tons of crypto. I mean, you tell me which crypto project doesn't want to pay for a spot on a Super Bowl ad? You're definitely going to see crypto.com. I mean, they're throwing money at anyone that is willing to take it. Definitely going to see crypto.com talking on it. Maybe even a good funny thing with Matt Damon. Who knows?
Yeah, I expect a lot of the ad. All right, almost got it.
But and then FTX is probably going to be doing something too. Someone actually pushed that in there. FTX and crypto.com each have purchased ad time for NBC for February 13th broadcast.
Let's see.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, they're both huge players in the space, and they're putting tons of money behind it.
Yeah, I can't share it, but I mean, there's the link. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, FTX. FTX, for those who don't know, FTX, I believe, used to be Blockfolio. And FTX is the one that Tom Brady pushes, who's now retired. I know that in crypto.com, that's Matt Damon's. So they're going to be pushing. I think it's Budweiser is working with some companies that have done NFTs as well, and they're just going to be making that feature them prominently. So NFTs really have just been, everybody's like, well, I don't know why it's important. It's because it's just why is art worth 100 ETH? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm reading the article. It says NBC, while airing the game, is charging $6.5 million for 30 seconds of ad time, and $1 million more than $5.5 million that CBS charged last year. So they're charging $6.5 million for 30 seconds. And crypto.com, it's reported that they have a $700 million deal that they're going to do with the entire LA area. So looks like they're going after not just my Lakers, but the Clippers and the Kings.
Yeah, Super Bowl is always the most watched event of everything. It's like it's got the most eyeballs of any show every year, and well, pretty much that's been the main outlet right now for the media because no one's watching much of anything else on mainstream media or regular channels except sports. So that's why sports. You've seen other things infiltrate sports, and you know what we're talking about, like taking a knee before a game and certain things like that. And it's just like, can we just play the game? Can we just please play the game? But it's infiltrated, and they're not actually talking about some people that can't play for certain reasons, which I can't talk too much about on this platform. But there have been many athletes. There have been many athletes that have been permanently sidelined or had to retire due to certain after effects of certain things. Yes, exactly. So but they don't want, again, they don't like, you're not going to hear about that in the mainstream media, but you may start hearing about that at the end of February when we have another platform that's launched from number 45, and that he's going to be launching it sometime probably before the end of the month. So that'll be interesting. In fact, Cliff High talked about that just a couple hours ago. He released, what did he call it? It's always Woo. It was, I forget. I think like Roo or I don't know. He's anyway. His most recent video, he's talking. He put a lot of it together as he always does, and he was talking about that. It's lots of things are coming between now and May. So get ready, be prepared, stay warm. I'm looking forward to the fact that tomorrow and Friday, I think it's finally going to be warm in Myrtle Beach. It snowed here Sunday morning, which is unheard of. But I think that I'm heading out to Tennessee next week, which could be a little chilly. But it is February, so we'll manage. But I certainly am going to appreciate tomorrow being in the 60s again. It was hit over 60 degrees today, which was very nice.
I got to remember that we're doing that and it's cold there.
Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly, but the weather's supposed to be clear, just brisk. So
I don't like brisk. I freeze in brisk. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of that.
Okay, good. I might have to find a pair of gloves somewhere. All right.
Freeze my real Rastafarian nays off. That's fine. I'll deal with it.
When CryptoConfidential first 100 subscribers NFT. What an idea, Patrick. That's a great idea, don't you think?
Considering you're the one who brought it up to me a couple weeks ago, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You may see that we will, like, I'm turning NFTs on its head because I want to add value to the NFT and make them worth something, worth being purchased. And then I'll worry about the art later. So I could see how CryptoConfidential NFTs could interplay there. I know that our charter members have a lifetime subscription discount. Maybe that's something we offer. I mean, we have plenty of things.
Holder of the charter token would get like half off every time just because they're already part of it forever.
Well, let's play my favorite game, which is what if. What if there was an NFT for CryptoConfidential where you had half off for life for having that in your wallet? What would that value be? I mean, that would be not insignificant. I mean, that's over $700 of value every year for the NFT. So there would be an immediate marketplace for that NFT, I would think, for once we get to critical mass over CryptoConfidential. We're closer to 100 than 0 right now. I think we're about 50 or 60 subscribers already. So, and that was before.
You haven't looked over at the message channel today, have you?
I haven't. Well, I've been there a little bit, but I've been a little bit preoccupied making videos, doing things. I get busy. I was catching up on.
We got a few more that came in. I just know that I think that what happened is, and I'm telling you, I think I know someone shared some of the content today, and that's what happened. And they told them that they couldn't share more.
Yeah. I think that you and I talked about we did that a little bit in a video earlier too. So I mean, there's a lot of content. There's like over 25 pages in the newsletter, plus 2 bonus reports just in the first month.
Freaking out because they just got the email in their inbox that says that their binder is being shipped to them. So everyone's like looking at them, like, "Oh, it's coming." Like,
yeah,
I got it too. I was like, "Oh, it's coming."
Yeah. So that and you get that, to let everyone know who don't know this, but you get a hard copy along with electronic copy and access to the AMAs that are recorded, and also access to the forums where we converse about whatever on each day. And The forums are it's an Envision board, which is one of the best. I've worked with those boards before. It's very searchable. It's laid up nicely, and it stays there forever. So as long as we have back up the database, it will always have this board, and you can find a topic from 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 months later. It'll still be there. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we wanted to share. So it's good. But let's see if we got any more questions over here. Anybody else got a question that wants to throw one into the chat while we're just conversing and talking about the Super Bowl? I know that I've been asked who I like because I used to be a football writer once upon a time. And at first I thought Cincinnati because they haven't won yet. But then I thought the Rams because I like Matthew Stafford and he escaped Detroit. Nothing against the Lions, but the Lions are a mess usually. And I like Aaron Donald too, and I like Cooper Kupp. So those are like 3 good players. So I can make an argument either side. What I just want to see is a good game that's entertaining. Hopefully it holds my attention, doesn't annoy me with stupid political stuff that infiltrates it. And I just get to escape and enjoy the last game of the season for football for a while until that I think the USFL or the XFL was coming back in a few months with The Rock. I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah. The other thing that's interesting this weekend, for those of you like sport,
I'd actually watch more than the Super Bowl.
Well, there's another interesting sport thing that's happening this weekend, which is NASCAR related, but it's interesting what they're doing. They're running a race on a temporary track. It's only a quarter-mile round, and they can only, I think the top speeds are in the 40s, which is really weird, but it's in the LA Coliseum. They're actually running
a mile around. That's like a basic track field for high school students.
Yeah, it's very small. That's all they can fit, but they have a concrete
take that corner at 40 miles an hour. I want the outside lane for sure.
They're taking corners at 20 and they're going straightaways at 40. It is really, really small. It is a short track, and that's what they're doing inside the LA Coliseum. So it's kind of a novelty just to kind of like build viewership, and it's on Pro Bowl. It's the weekend that doesn't have football, like before Super Bowl, so you might get more eyeballs. And they try these novelty things. Like I think the hockey, they're doing something in Vegas this weekend too for like the skills. Like they're doing face-offs at the Bellagio fountain.
Pillow fighting. I saw
that's on a different network.
Professional tag, like 2 adults running around a course playing tag, and I mean, I was so excited. I wanted to play that game so bad. Could you imagine if you and I went to a place and we're like, "Hey, what are you doing today? We want to go drink?" Like, no, we're gonna go play tag, like real adult tag. And they have
someone who doesn't want to run during a soccer game. That sounds strange.
I know, but I know you can't catch me, man. So let's go for it. You're it.
I just got to hit you once, and then I can tag you all I want.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm gonna touch you once, tag, and then I'm gone. You won't be able to catch me. I'll be on top of a bar and I'll watch you climb it. It'll be hilarious. It was so funny, dude. They were running so fast. They didn't stop. It was like 2 mice sprinting over these like pads. It was.
I have an event that we should do for our next meetup. I think our next side event, laser tag.
I'm in.
All right, I'm in too.
I thought, wasn't there something going on in March with Lisa?
We like Lisa. For those of you who don't know, most of you do. Like Queen Lisa Davis. She had a loss in her family, so our hearts and prayers will go out to her. She's dealing with that, but she's getting back in the thick of things, and I'm going to be working closely with her over the next several months on some Veritasium stuff, and also that she's got an event on Litecoin Day, which is March 25th. It's the 84th day of the year. So I'm going to be talking to her about possibly doing something that weekend with her as well. I plan on attending her event. I don't even know where it is just yet. I'm assuming it's her state, but that's just an assumption. She may say it's, maybe Texas has a better venue. I don't know, but but we'll see. And that's probably going to be, that may be our first Crypto Confidential kind of event. We'll see. So it's not going to be exclusive. It's going to be like, hey, but we want to get the word out. But we are planning. We're talking about Crypto Confidential meetups because we know how important community is, and people want to congregate and associate and just have a few drinks and converse with each other. And I think that's important. I think that's having that community is important. That's just like having like these AMAs for people. And I know that Corey's asking yet another question about.
I mean, the other thing too, Jeff, is Litecoin Lisa is part of the Crypto Confidential community. She
That's
wasn't
right.
able to join last night, but at the end of the day, I want to go support her. That's all we should be doing as Crypto Confidential people. If you're in that area, show up. Let's go have a great time. Let's support Lisa. Let's see her shows. Let's go enjoy some time with her and other like-minded people. No agenda. Just show up and support Lisa as a member in our Crypto Confidential community.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw that I think it was Johnny Litecoin who posted something on Twitter to donate to Crypto Nana,
Yeah.
some Litecoin, which makes perfect sense to me. I think that's a brilliant idea. So I support
We
that. And
already did, and for us, it couldn't be any better than to see our community come together and love on this family, because this family has done so much for all of us already. Like, I know you would personally say, like, you actually love her and her family, and I do too, and Mr. Westwood too. It was so much fun getting to get to know them, but like, they're family, they're crypto fam. Like, whatever they need, we're there for them.
yeah, I don't even know if Clint addresses himself as Mr. Westwood, but Clint's a great guy.
He doesn't like it when I call him that. Now that you mention it, he laughs at me, But
Yeah, he's great.
Mama taught me a couple of things, right?
Yes. So we love Lisa. We love and their family. We love Charles, her husband. We love Clinton and meeting him as well. Fantastic. It was probably one of the highlights, probably the highlight from the last event in Texas, because we all got sick. But
That's why I can't call Lisa like Mrs. Davis, because if you've seen her in her Audi, there ain't no Mrs. anything about her. I mean, she is like, put her bag in the front of the car. Bye.
Yeah.
And that car, she really drives that car. I mean, that car, she makes it look real good.
Well, yes. And we do know two anecdotes. One, I heard her husband used to own a couple car dealerships, so it doesn't surprise me that they know cars frontwards and backwards. But one of the strangest comments I ever got when I started using Litecoin Leader, somebody asked me if Litecoin Lisa was my wife. And I'm like, why would you make that association? I almost made a spit take, almost got him. But I'm like, I mean, Bitcoin Ben's not married to Bitcoin Betty, so I don't understand but whatever. Some people just think certain things.
Hey, just answer the question right now and say that you're not, real quick.
No, I am comfortably single right now. So yes. Not to beat a dead horse, but I'd love to see an article in Crypto Confidential on DeFi do's and don'ts. It would help when doing due diligence moving forward. That's a perfectly reasonable comment. I would love to see you post that in the forum and I will follow up on it. That's a great
yeah, just post it in the forum. We don't need to guys, we don't need an article. Post it in the forum. We'll answer.
Yeah.
And maybe we will make an article.
Yeah. I mean, I want to tell people, like, when I was writing for other things, I was doing football and I did it for many years. I would get questions from people, and if it was a good question or I get it over and over, it would become an article. That same thing happens now. I make videos based on when I talk to clients or talk to people at meetups of what they want to know. I played the whole altcoinopoly game I played last year was because people didn't know about half those coins, and they didn't know how to build an altcoin portfolio. So one of the first 3 articles I wrote for Crypto Confidential, how to build an altcoin portfolio. So, but right now, I think people want to know, how do you live on crypto? How do you escape the system? What do you do? And I'm making a video that's going to be out probably next week on silver that I think people need to know about, and just why you would want constitutional silver, dimes and quarters. There are reasons. There are reasons you want some of it.
It tanks. You can go put your silver, get cash, and then go buy more crypto. And then when crypto goes up, you go back and buy more silver. And then what? When crypto goes down, it's just a store of value, Jeff. That's all that silver is.
If the system breaks, what if the system breaks? When the system breaks, and if they have a temporary outage of the internet and you can't use crypto, what will ever, and most of the world, especially in the US, does not understand crypto. You can go to the grocery store and buy things with silver. That's why I recommend having, just like you don't sell all of your crypto. If you're going to say, I'm out of Bitcoin or I'm out of this, you sell at the most 90%. You have some. What I'm saying is, if you're going to sell all your silver, you're selling 90%. You
I don't
shouldn't
know
sell.
anyone stupid enough to sell all their crypto. Just like I don't know anyone stupid enough to sell all their guns and ammo.
Or
Buy
all their
guns,
silver.
buy ammo. Yeah, silver is fine because to me, it is just another asset class. Jeff,
What if it's
I
not
need
available?
silver, I will call you and be like, hey, bro, I don't
Okay.
have any silver. I'll trade you some guns and ammo for silver. And then you'll be like,
1 million Bitcoin.
you can have it. I'll even throw a miner in at it for you. But I'm telling you, you're going to take my ammo and guns because you could trade that stuff just as well as I can use silver. But silver is just another tool. I know a lot of people who own silver, and I mean, I'm telling you, they got silver like it weighs so much. I have no idea how they decide to work with this stuff. Like one of our crypto confidential members, he'll tell you he bought this thing called a monster box. And he's like, yeah, when this monster box does this, I'm gonna buy a divvy blank note. And I'm going, dude, if silver goes up, he doesn't even need to worry about crypto.
I think it's a monster box is 500 ounces, which would be about 35 pounds roughly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't believe in the garbage dollars, right? It sucks. But silver is just another asset, another tool, just like my crypto, just like my guns, just like my cars. It's just an asset. I mean, if crypto went down to some point today, my wife would lose her brand new Suburban like that. It would just be gone so I could buy the crypto. She's like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna Uber, babe. Uber XL in style for as long as you want.
Is having a little bit of a few dimes and a few quarters when they're relatively cheap.
Oh, you got like 100 dimes in there. What is that gonna do?
This isn't even an ounce. This is it. I'm not showing you how much I have, but this is right here. These in like dimes and quarters. That's probably 2 ounces.
Dude, I tried to buy. Is that what they call junk silver?
Yeah, that's what this is.
I tried to buy junk silver. My guy doesn't have it.
That's the point. That's exactly the point. You've already answered my question because when you need it the most, it won't be available. Just like Bitcoin isn't available on sale because exchanges are done and
when
gone.
Beta Fuel dipped to 12 cents, I needed any silver that I had possible. Man, my mother-in-law gave me a silver bullet, like a cool 45 bullet. It's like a couple ounces of silver. And I took that in. Oh yeah, I said you put that in. No one's gonna buy that. I'll be back for that in a couple weeks when Theta hits 19 cents. And I did. I already went back and rebought it. I mean, it was easy.
Good. You shouldn't. But what I'm saying is that
sell it. He was laughing. He didn't think I could turn my profit that quick. But I told him, I was like, dude, Theta Fuel's 12 cents.
This is 6 quarters right here. This is an ounce of silver, and these will be recognized anywhere in the United States as legal tender. Because they are, and it's
that's why he told me to buy. You said 14 dimes was an ounce.
14 dimes is 1 ounce. $1.40 of face value is 1 ounce of silver.
Even if he could get them, he says they charge like $3.10 for a constitutional dime. So now you're looking at $30-something an ounce. So you're paying a premium for constitutional silver. Why not just buy regular silver?
Well, if you get this is let's see, this is
you can buy 1 ounce silver for like $22.
This is an Australian dollar, so that's 1 ounce. That's a full ounce of silver.
I wouldn't touch Australian stuff right now, bro.
I've got other ones here too. I've got silver laying around because I just did the video. So I've got half dollars. I've got silver all around the place because I just did the silver video. But my point is that
address is
having 14 dimes. If silver goes to $420 an ounce, a dime's worth $30.
That's enough to
buy. Go to the grocery store and buy. If there's no cash available, you can barter with silver $30 at a time because no one's going to be making change. And you have 14 of these that represent $420 can buy you a decent amount of food if you need it. So that's why I recommend
the value of $1 is going to go to nothing. You're going to end up having to pay like $1,000 for a thing of milk.
So the reason Joanna brings up a good point because we've gone off the deep end of the silver, which is fine. But the reason silver, I mean, you want to get the most bang for your buck, and the most bang for your buck is usually junk silver. That is the cheapest because of what they call the premium. So if the spot price of silver, I don't know what it is today, I'm going to say $25 an ounce. You might be paying $30 an ounce for an American Eagle, which is the number one dollar coin.
No, I paid $40 last week for a 2022 Silver Eagle. They ripped me
They
off.
ripped you off. But what I'm saying, you can get a round. I've got some of my favorite coins are rounds. I don't see any laying around right now, but round is just a 1 ounce. It's not actually true. It's not currency. So this comes from the Australian Mint. So like you've got the Canadian maple leaf, you've got the kookaburra from Australia, you've got the Krugerrand from South Africa, and you've got the American Eagle. Those are your top four that are out there. You also get the Britannia, but all you want to do is you go on like AppMex or all these different other silver places. I can't even think of them off the top of my head.
Economic Ninja's got a couple of places he recommends off his. I was looking at it there.
Yeah, what is this one?
That's the only place that I found. Economic Ninja's got some good connections on silver.
Yeah, Money Minerals Exchange. I've talked to Andy Scheckman before. I forget what company he's with, but he matches. But if you use certain, I know that Rice Crypto has one of these codes, and you can get a free half ounce of silver if you order $100 worth of silver from.
Or if you have a baby and you introduce that baby to Litecoin Lisa, she will also give that baby an ounce of silver, which is what she did. Man, like I said, that lady is she's an amazing human.
Yeah, so I want to say it's Miles something. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's Andy Scheckman over at I can't remember it. But there's AppMex, there's JP Bullion. But the best place for you to make a relationship is your local coin store, because as Patrick learned, so there's two places you want to go: local pawn shops and your local coins shops, because that's where you're going to get and find the best deals, and also it's where you're going to sell it. Franklin, thank you. So Miles Franklin, thank you, Corey. So Miles Franklin is where Andy Scheckman is, and he says he'll match anything. So he'll match any price, so he'll do his best. But his inventory goes up and down. And Constitutional Silver, the reason you're paying the premium is because it's hard to get right now, and everybody
says he buys his silver from sdbullion.com//ninja. So if you're gonna go there and get it anyways, get it from his links /ninja. But SD Bullion is what he uses.
Yeah, I've been a silver bug for a couple of years too, and I've got enough silver to cover Patrick's miscues if he doesn't have any silver. I'm going to give him some, but I may actually bring him some.
Hey, listen, I'm always going to have a little silver, because there is a difference between like my assets, which I get to decide what I do with. Like, for example, like the silver, I give some to my kids every year. So that's theirs. I don't play with theirs. That's their money. That's their crypto. That's their whatever. And like the guns, they're all mine. So no one else gets to say anything about them.
Well, I will. If anyone, we've got about 10 minutes left. Not even, but if anybody's got a crypto question, feel free to drop one in the chat right now. And thanks everyone for stopping by. But while we talk about it, like the general thought is like you want to have 1 to 5% of your investments in silver, because silver can go up 20 to 30x very easily if they do a reset. If you just go onto usdebtclock.org, you'll see what silver should be. And some have even speculated that silver should be about 15 to 1 to gold. So with gold being about $1,800 to $1,900, 15 to 1, that would put silver at $120, but it's not, because it's manipulated by Jamie Dimon, and I think it's JP Morgan. So they manipulate it.
Smart, and you're taking time to pay attention, and you realize the market's down, and you go and take your silver in, and let's say you sell $1,000 worth of silver and another $1,000 worth of guns. That's $2,000 you could spend at 12 cents. Then when Theta hits the target you were waiting for, or Theta Fuel hits 18 cents, you sell, you cash it out, and you go back and you be like, can I have all of my silver back and this too?
Yeah, I think it's all about different markets and then prices against them. So like if you see silver to gold ratio is off, then you make a move, because silver might be better than gold. So if you see that if you see a crypto that's on sale, you're like, I can make 30% of this because it's dipped for no good reason, then of course you can make a play like that. But that's what intelligent investors do. They see market discrepancies or overreactions. Like I'm waiting for Tether to implode, and when that does, when Tether finally blows up, and then the market dips 30%, I'll be like, buy all I can, because that is a overreaction, and the marketplace should only be like 4 or 5% reacting to Tether, which should go away because it's the worst stable coin.
No way. I disagree with you. If Tether, just don't play in it. Only use Tether because you need it to swap something. Do not hold your money in Tether. Never.
That's not okay. That's not what I said.
Don't wait for Tether to dip and buy Tether, because if it dips, it's just going to dip more and more and more. There's no way you catch that train and play it right.
What I'm saying is that when Tether implodes, possibly due to Evergrande, when Tether just goes tits up and dies, okay, it's done. The centralized exchanges will freak out because they have so many Tether to whatever pairs, and everybody will freak out in the centralized exchanges, and crypto prices, all crypto prices will drop 20 to 30%, which will be an overreaction to a marketplace with Tether only representing 4 to 5% of the entire marketplace. So anything over 10% is an overreaction. So that creates that creates a sale, because people are overreacting, and the fear and greed index will go all the way to fear. It'll be FUD. They're like, oh my God, Tether. Like, we don't need Tether. We needed Tether until we had USDC or True USD or UST. There's so many other stable coins. Yes, there's so many other good stable coins, RSR, that are out there that are much better. DAI is better. Just like neither of us like Ethereum, but they were the first to the smart contract. Now we have much better platforms for smart contracts. So I don't see why any project that would start out on doing a smart contract platform, why would you use Ethereum when they are slow and expensive, when you could be on Cardano, Theta, or Zilliqa, or Matic, or anything else like that? Polkadot, so many better places to start your project than going to Ethereum. Why would you? It's like when you want to go from if you want to drive like an hour or two and you need to go and plan your route, are you going to go through the slow route, which is Ethereum, or are you going to take the major highways with less congestion, which is Polkadot, Matic, Cardano, etc.?
Most projects build on Ethereum for one reason: developer supply. That's all it comes down to. There aren't enough people who know other networks well enough to build on them. Everyone and their mother that's been in the space for long enough knows how to build on the Ethereum network. It's a very simple way to get your project up and going, and it's quick and easy. But there aren't enough people who know all these other networks, so they don't build on them. Very soon,
you can build any project.
Young ladies, if you guys are out there trying to learn crypto, learn these other blockchains. There's so much opportunity to build on these other networks. Cardano is going to kill Ethereum.
So the language that the person who wrote the language of Solidity, I think that's the right, I can never say it right, Solidity for Ethereum. Yes, it's a specialized, but it's a smart contract. It's kind of like when you learn one computer language, it's very easy to learn another that's very similar. So the projects can port very easily from Ethereum to Matic, Theta, or Zilliqa, because they're all written in smart contract languages that are actually simpler than Solidity. Now, I don't know Solidity. I do know some computer languages, but Solidity is a complicated language, and it's not very portable. But I know Gavin Wood, not personally, but I know Gavin Wood writing Polkadot. He created the language Solidity. So I know that the portability of the skill set is very easy to move over to Polkadot. So
it's just not enough developers. They're all developing on the Ethereum blockchain.
But I'm telling you, you could take an Ethereum developer.
50-year-old developers who know nothing about anything else other than Ethereum and Bitcoin, because that's how they started. We need these young people out there becoming part of the new world. We need these young kids, like my kids, like your kids, getting up out of bed and learning blockchains and really putting into these projects and adding value and taking the power back from the banks. Our kids will take the power back from the banks.
And and after they stop playing games on the blockchain and playing with NFTs, they'll actually learn, like, when you have blockchain as a service and you have like a GUI where you just like plug things together and it just works. Blockchain as a service is going to be a big thing too, because then you want
to role model it better. The adults need to stop developing, things that don't make sense.
Well, They're addressing markets that are, if you build it and they come, I can't really fault them. But yes, I'm not a gamer anymore. I haven't but I know that they're appealing to, like, I know that the Paramount Network is launching a Halo series because they're appealing to people that used to play Halo. So there are lots of gamers. Gamers are a huge marketplace. That's why they're appealing to them. But hey, it's like, I don't think we're going to go Ready Player One entirely, but we got to watch for it. But I agree. Let me answer
I don't want to be in that world. I don't want to.
I don't either. So we got 5 minutes before we got to jump on another call. So let me just rattle through a couple quick questions. Corey asked, do you still think RSR is a good hold? I do, because they're backed by Coinbase and Binance. So the fact that those two are investing and RSR launched their mainnet, I think it was a couple months ago. So they're getting ready to be launched. I mean, RSR has been on we're coming to Coinbase any day now. So they're a good project. Matic, yes, I definitely like Matic.
Is that reserve?
What's that? RSR is reserve rights coin. Reserve rights.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then, CryptoConfidential. I mean, Joanna's got a nice little link there to take me over to my. So it's a real easy URL to redirect over to my affiliate link. I appreciate that, Joanna. But
yeah, you rock.
Yeah, go. If you go, follow that link, CryptoConfidential.news. It'll take you right. That'll use my affiliate link to go right to CryptoConfidential, and you can read a lot of what's just a good teaser, just sample of what's going on there. Plus, Patrick and I did a video the other day on my channel, which you're watching now, about what's one of the 10 commandments. So there's going to be I think we're going to do similar to what Cliff High's WebBot, the Alta reports, do a little bit of sampling and just hey, here's a sneak peek of what you get behind the scenes. That's what I need to talk to Lisa and a few other people about. But I think that's really where we're heading. So I think I really like the community. I think the community is big. I believe in Metcalfe's Law, which Raoul Paul, that's Joanna's mentioning over in the chat. I think that's big, and that's part of what's behind gaming. And I think that's what we have. The old school thought of crypto and the purity of it is still there, but we got to listen to the mass adoption comes from the big networks of people. And that's where Metcalfe's Law kicks in. And community is big. So we're trying to build community. So we hope you join us there. Patrick, any last words?
No, thank you guys for having me on. It's fun.
Thanks, everybody. If looking forward to, and again, we do this once a month for free. I have my Patreon. I do another one there. I'll be doing another one probably in a couple weeks. I might be on travel next week probably. And then after that, I mean, Crypto Confidential, we're doing AMAs twice a month. So hope to see you there. And that's all for tonight. So again, going to close the drawer in the bureau. Say follow leader. I'll catch you next time. Take care.
Later, guys.